right, guys, what's up? We are back. Gamers United, episode 2, with the returning cast as well as Mr. Rain84 himself is in the building. Miss K could not be here today. We hope to get her later on some future podcasts. Wanted to say thanks to everybody for joining us again. Today we have some very interesting topics, and I hope you guys and girls enjoy the things that we're going to talk about. I named us Gamers United, and I said the unbiased voices of gaming because we are people that actually own every console, and we try to be more open-minded towards what goes on in the industry versus the fanboying out, trying to get clicks and stuff like that. We're trying to keep a balance between unions, or I guess you want to say, do what's best for gaming, not what's best for attention. So today we want to go ahead and introduce everybody returning in the cast in the order that they dropped in. Mr. Rain84, you was here first earlier, so I'm going to let you go first.
What up, YouTube? This is your boy Rain84, ready to get this Gamers United podcast popping.
All right, next MsTechNotFancy in the house.
Hey everybody, what's up? Thank you for coming back, and I'm glad that I'm here.
And last but not least, my boy All Day, Every Day.
What up, man? What up, everybody else tuning in? Hope we have a good show today.
He about to fall asleep over there, brother. You rest good?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
All right, so we're going to begin today's topic as far as what are we looking forward to as far as E3. And not E3, but just 2017 in general when it comes from Xbox and PlayStation. Now, I was originally going to say Xbox and PlayStation because right now Nintendo's news really is kind of skeptical right now. So you really don't want to start talking about them because we don't even know what's going on with them. So I want to hear you guys and girls' opinions on what you're looking forward to as far as going into 2017. What do you expect from both of these companies going ahead? Who would like to go first?
I'll go first. I'm just looking forward to the new Scorpio because everybody's been talking about it so much, and we don't have any images of this product yet. So I'm really interested in what it can do, what's the new features on it, So I'm really curious, and also I want to know the pricing as well. So, but I wasn't going to get one, when it comes out, but I think I might end up, getting one if they have like a program to do the whole Xbox One trade-in for the Scorpio or what have you. I really jump on it. But yeah, that's the one thing I'm really looking forward to next year. Is the new hardware.
Okay. What, no games, expectations or anything like that?
You know what? I don't get hype over games anymore because games the advertisements be so great and awesome, and when you get it, you'd be very disappointed. So I'm not really like, I just got to see, what's going on with some of these. But yeah, just the hardware. Just the hardware. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to.
I can respect that. Anybody else?
Well, I'm looking forward to Scalebound that's coming next year, and that's about it. I want to see what the PlayStation Pro is going to do. I really do, because even though it's not a big leap, but I pretty much get every console that comes out, so I'm still gonna pick it up.
Okay.
Because it's still kind of new hardware. It's kind of like a slightly upgrade, but it probably runs better than my current PS4. Because I don't really plan on buying no extra storage for it, so I get the Pro.
All day?
Yeah, as far as 2017, PlayStation Pro, I want to see more titles that can push the hardware. I've only seen, what is it, I know Shadows of Mordor, they're doing a lot of rehashes. So I want to see them come with some, I know I want to see Horizon Zero Dawn 2017. I want to see Crackdown 3. That's my big thing for next year. Want to see how they push that. If it's gonna be a launch title, I'm thinking it's gonna be a launch title for Scorpio. You know, but that's just me. Want to see some Cuphead, man. Stop delaying that game. But yeah, I'm excited more for software since we're pushing these mid-generation systems. I want to see the games to back them. Really,
Yeah.
that's it.
Now I'm kind of glad you actually said that. Me personally, I'm like everybody else. I'm looking forward to Scalebound, Horizon Zero Dawn, especially Horizon Zero Dawn. I've been infatuated with that from the jump.
Right.
Hellblade, of course. I've been seeing a lot of gameplay stuff on that. So, I mean, me being a Heavenly Sword fan, I have to have Hellblade. You know, I don't. This is one of my favorite games by Ninja Theory. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
sleep on this game. This game was freaking amazing, and I want to be able to. I want to be able to see what they do with Hellblade, and it's not only from a visual standpoint, from an improvement on controls. So I said, like, I'm looking forward to a lot of PlayStation games in 2017. I'm looking forward to Crackdown because I'm a big Crackdown fan. At the end of the day, I think I support them more than anything because if you ever go back and look, like I tell people all the time, if you ever go back and look, these are the two most underrated open world games out, and people need to, when I say support gaming regardless of the platform. And when you have all these games coming out in 2017, it kind of makes you think, man, like, damn, like I get what Miss Tech is saying. She's basically saying, you know, hey, we've been hyped up over all these games nonstop. They come out, they're disappointing. You know, the PS3, Xbox 360 generation, they had titles that last. They had titles that to this day you're still talking about. We 3 years into the new generation, and we still talking about the old games more than anything. And that's why they keep remastering everything, because that's all everybody can talk about. But my whole thing is, you know, 2017, they knew they games they're coming out with better be legit. Like, I mean,
Well,
go ahead, brother.
nostalgia is a drug, man.
Yeah.
If you want to take that pill, you know. So they market off that, and I feel like I say, man, like the only thing that I haven't been wild, you know, being a gamer for so long, man, you kind of get fatigued. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So by your like, you know, by the time you've seen everything already, you know, you played everything. They just Gears of War 6 will be out, 7 and 8, 20.
Mm-hmm.
Uncharted 8 will be out, and I feel like remember back in the day, maybe 2003, 2000, maybe 2000, 2003, when EA used to put out a new IP every year or every 2 years.
Yeah.
New IP, even if it worked or failed, they would still push out brand new stuff you've never seen. Remember when Black came out? You had all types of little, you know, different IPs. They would try, you know, and I just feel like everyone's comfortable in their corners. Maybe that's me being petty, but I've been gaming too long. Just keep on getting rehashed of the same. Like Gears of War 4. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love Gears of War. I play for multiplayer. I really don't care for campaign as much as other people.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they still, even though they gave us a great game, still didn't step out that box. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It still feels the same. They still run the same, cover the same. Yeah, because it works. I understand that. But no one's scared to take that jump and try something innovative. So I just want to see more innovation with these games instead of just putting a nice little layer of textures over them. Just want to see that game that blows you away. And I think, like Scalebound, it looks really good, but it looks like a co-op Devil May Cry. You know,
Yeah.
I don't see, you know, the game that I want to see is Crackdown 3, you know, with the destruction and all that, you know.
The
If
cloud.
it's going to be the cloud, with the
Yeah.
power of the cloud. So let's see if they really implement that in. I want to see what they can do with that, man. Just give me something worth my 60 bones, man. That's it.
Yeah. Rain, what you got to say about that?
Well, I understand why they stay inside their box, because these companies today, like when they try to come up with new IPs, people don't buy them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
people, you know, and they don't want to invest money into something, and they know, okay, we're gonna put all this money into this, and people's not going to buy them. Like they're gonna look at it. What's the point? Because they want to make their money back, and the game developers that spend their time and sweat and tears away from their families put out a great game, and people just don't buy them because of a console war, or people got a particular console that they love, so they'll just say, well, we're not going to get that game, even though I like it, but I don't want to get that particular console, stuff like that. So it's like I understand why they don't try to push for new IPs. 'Cause I come from a generation where the Super Nintendo and NES, they pushed out games whether it was bad or not. They still pushed them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we don't have that today because we got social media that telling you, hey, don't get this game, don't get that console. This is better over here. So it's like they're telling you what to do basically without actually telling you, but they doing it subliminally.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that because that's true. I mean, you look at like all the exclusives that's been made this year. You already had Digital Foundries, you had IGN, you had GameSpot, you had all these major companies that people put their trust in was already knocking almost every new IP that dropped. Like it wasn't even like, okay, when Uncharted 4 came up, it's just a fourth game. Oh, it was hype, it's crunk, it's this and that. Rise on the Wrong come out, it's already 100 articles. It only does 900p. It only does this. The graphics look like this. But you know what? Even at 900p, that game graphically, not resolution, graphically looked better than everything that came out for over 3 years. Yet you telling me you already had the whole world telling everybody this game sucks. It's terrible. Don't get it because it's 900p. And that's when this whole resolution crap came into play. And then they started nitpicking little things, frames per second. Okay, when you're playing the game, do you see those frames per second? Does anything stop you from gaming or controlling those characters or this and that? No. But they made a big issue out of it. And then it starts putting it into everybody else's ears. And that's all gamers heard at the time. Because even the most random person that's not even a hardcore gamer knew that PlayStation is more powerful. It has better graphics, And so everybody just overlooked anything Xbox dropped. So other people were like, oh, well, Xbox got better online. PlayStation Network sucks. Okay, everybody stopped buying PlayStations. And it was dropping back and forth. You see what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was so much hatred in between this that almost every new title that came out this year, from Record to Bloodborne was overhyped and still didn't sell that well. That game was overhyped to death because they had already had articles telling you it's from the directors of Dark Souls. It's the same game, do character, this and that. Don't buy it. What else they released this year that was exclusive? The Order 1886. We already knew that game. You could beat it in a day before it even hit the market. It wasn't even on the shelves yet. Everybody already knew, hey, 5 hours in, that game is done. So what did it do? Sold like crap. 4 months down the line, I only think it was 4 months, it might be 3.5, 4 months, down the line. The Order 1886, I was on the shelf for $10. They just wanted to get them out the stores at that point. I'm like, damn, and it's stuff like that. But games that were great, that were not new IPs, like Killzone, also got bashed in the media. That's the best game on PS4 and the longest game. Everybody always talking about all this damn this length of games. Y'all can beat it in 6 hours, 10 hours. Remember they started nitpicking time too. Oh, 10 hours, 3 hours. I can beat it in so quick. Okay, Killzone over 90 hours. They tried to kill that game talking about Sony lied. It's supposed to be 1080p all the time. Because remember when you go online with it, it drops down to 720 online. So they even sued Sony for that. They sued them for the online being in 720. Even though that full 90-hour game campaign was fucking like full 1080p 60 frames. But that wasn't good enough. I mean, it's nitpicking stuff like that. What you gotta say, Miss Tech?
Well, all the stuff that's happening, I really don't pay attention to all these bias or what these people are saying towards these games or consoles, because I buy what I like and I enjoy whatever. Like, back in the day, we didn't look at, graphics. Well, at least I didn't, when I was growing up. So, like, I just play for fun. I enjoy it. Like, that's what it's like. You should always buy something or do something that you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? And what happened with Sony with Killzone, I think the back of the box it did say 1080p. So that is false advertisement. But I didn't think nobody really like go, to the distance just to like find out that it was really like, 720 instead of 1080. So I'm like, wow. But on the box, it did say 1080p. It did say that. So that's why that is false advertisement. So I'm like, okay, that is Sony's and that studio's fault that, that they didn't like, fall through or anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I just make sure I just do, I just buy games I like. I don't care what anybody like, says about what games I like or what have you. So yeah, so I just don't pay attention to all that bias and all that stuff. It's just irrelevant to me.
That's agreed. Now I wanted to point out something before we go to the next thing. One of the things we never mentioned, the whole generation. I'm gonna put this up here in full form for everybody to see it. Let me see, because I actually want everybody to see this. So we talked about resolutions this whole generation, and it was just stupid to talk about it. Everybody talking about how Xbox is 720 to PlayStation 1080. Every game on PlayStation is not 1080, and every game that's on Xbox is not 720. It's only like maybe 10%, 8% of them. But last generation, these are PlayStation exclusives. Now, if you look real closely at the resolution on it, if it ever zooms in, right here, it clearly says 720p is the highest it'll go. Heavenly Sword, same thing, right there on the right here, 720p. Almost 100%. I know I ain't say 90%. 100% of the PlayStation exclusives, regardless of what it was, highest it went, 720p. None of their games ran higher than 720p. Yet nobody said that for a whole 10-year generation. Nobody cared. Those games are great. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick these great games because they do 720p. Infamous looks fantastic. God of War looks fantastic. All those games look fantastic. They play fantastic. I did a video on Infamous 2 the other day. Them graphics look badass. It did 720p. Who cared? It looked great. That's why I keep telling them about this whole resolution stuff is irrelevant. Yet we still talking about it. And it's sad because now that leads me to my next thing I want to talk about. What do we say? The teraflop thing. The graphic overhaul. Everybody talking about teraflop. Here's some floppity flip flop flop. Everybody don't even know what the fuck a teraflop is. They just making up stuff. And you got Sony lying now telling everybody they stuff do 8 teraflops. Yeah, on an indie game. That's like me taking an app game off my phone and saying it pushes 8.8 teraflops. Let me do that same thing on a game like Bloodborne or Uncharted or Killzone or The Order. That should be 1.5, 1.8, and that way here is going to get up to 8. And Sony is really pushing that 4K down people's throat. It does 4K native, 4K native, 4K native. I'm like, how are you doing 4K native? Well, that's a dumb question. They can do 4K native on a regular game without a 4K Blu-ray player. Everybody thinks you got to have a 4K Blu-ray player to get 4K. That's not true. The PS4 has a ridiculous GPU in it. The Pro, it's going to have a ridiculous graphics card in it. That's what's going to give you that 4K. That's what's going to give you that native HDR. It's going to be that graphics card. The problem with that feature is it's not going to be 4K 60 frames native. Now, they got some games on there that claiming it's going to do it. There's no way in hell. Because they got the exact same processors as the vanilla PS4, is how people call it, the vanilla PS4. It's just as vanilla as the rest of them. It has the same processors, the same exact memory, the same exact everything. All they did was change that GPU just to give it a little bit of graphic boost. But you got to remember, with the lack of improving the RAM on it, which they should have pushed at least at the 16 gigs of RAM some kind of way. They didn't even try to do that, or even 12 gigs. Something that would increase the textures. You still need that RAM to push those textures. They didn't do that. Kept it at 8. You got a better graphics card, but it's, just to get the 4K resolution, period. But at what cost, though? You know what I'm saying? What's going to get sacrificed in these upcoming games for the Pro that's going to give them that 4K? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what people need to understand. They don't even know what teraflops are. They just making up stuff. And I'm just like, and then like I said again, it's a distraction. Mm-hmm. The teraflop talk is a big ass distraction. It's a distraction from you noticing that Sony is not bringing out new titles. It's a distraction that they keep delaying all these damn games. Just like the other day, what was that? Rain, The Last Guardian. They did a behind the scenes music of Last Guardian.
Mm-hmm.
We don't even know what the hell the
Yeah.
game about, but you want to show me what the music sound like. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who actually watched it? Dude, that trailer for the music, behind the scene music thing had over 15,000 likes and about 400 dislikes. So you're happy about the music and you don't even know what the game is about?
Maybe they're into music. I mean, well, I used to play. Well, I used to play the violin and stuff, so that I would enjoy like hearing the music and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess I don't know. At least I like to me like before anybody buy anything, like you should at least look it up. What is like the game is about? Just like what a movie. You don't know what a movie is about. You look it up. Like, okay, what is this movie about? At least you get like the summary of the movie or a book or what have you. Like we have the internet. Like I don't, everybody using it for the wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know something, just look it up. That same thing with the whole teraflop, situation with these consoles. Think like, okay, what is a teraflop? What does this mean? I said it's compared to other hardware of a PC or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I think, you could self-educate yourself. You know what I mean? So it's really no excuse for not knowing anything. Definitely this time of day or this day and age. Excuse me.
No, I agree. Anybody else? You on the stage?
They're just some liars, man. They always lie.
I think teraflops. I mean, let's get it. Let's be clear. When you buy a console, I mean, you want great games, you want good graphics. You want to be your one-stop shop. You want to enjoy your games. And these systems. I mean, I remember I read an article in 2008 saying that I don't know if I can find it, but it was saying how PC gaming was on a decline, a big decline, and they didn't know because messing with 360 was like at its A day, like 2008, 2009. And they didn't know if PC was gonna overhaul consoles, and I think CNET did it after CES, and now consoles can barely keep up.
Yeah.
So I think even with the Scorpio, you know what I mean? I think 4K 30 frames, I think it's still gonna struggle to push that. Um
I don't know what happened. Go ahead, Ray.
I'm just saying someone that
Are you
Can
back?
you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. 1080p 60 frames is fine with me right now. I mean, that's still good. Be able to run games at a smooth frame rate and a nice. I mean, like I said, like K Maker said, man, it's resolution babies. You know what I mean? That's all this generation is about. You guys care about that so much. Just go ahead and get a PC. You know.
Mm-hmm.
They if you want to, that's what you want to do that. I feel like. Your console's your console. There's going to be a game that's going to be better optimized than others. I mean, that's just, every Apple you buy is not good. So, I mean, I just feel like this teraflop power war, there's losing the main focus, which is games.
Yeah.
Based on power. You're not focusing on the games anymore. So that means that the game you've been waiting 10 years for is going to have a 13 gig patch first day. Because you're worried about resolution. You know what I mean? So, just like I said, people just need to be a little bit more careful on what they purchase and do a little bit more research. That's all. Before you pick up that console. You think it's going to be underpowered for you? Do your research. You know what I mean?
Rain?
I just think, with me personally, I'm still going to get the Pro and the Scorpio because I'm not into. I don't listen to what other people say. I game by games that I want to play. Even people say like, "Why you playing this game?" Because I want to, and it's my money. And it's just the fact that Microsoft in general, they pretty much always had the most powerful console, but they never boast about it.
Yeah.
Sony's the one that's actually boasting about power right now. Like they've been doing that since the PS4 launched because they didn't have no software, basically. So we're gonna say, okay, we got the most powerful console, and the consumer's gonna be like, oh, I want the best. When I go to Best Buy, they say, I might ask a question. They'll say, why do you get the PS4? The first thing they say, it has better graphics. they ain't mention nothing about the software. Just as had better graphics, but you really can't tell. But people gonna go by that, especially like kids and adults who don't know no better. They just gonna go whatever console is popular. But I grew up playing everything, so that didn't matter to me. But most people just gonna focus on I want a specific console. But well, for the fanboys thing, it's kind of iffy because some people may like a console because that's all they know. Because if your first console was like a PlayStation, then some people will stick to that because that's all they know. If your first console was an Xbox, some people stick to that because that's all they know. That don't mean that they're a fanboy. It's just the fact that that's the only console that the first console they ever played in their life, so they just tend to stick to it.
Yeah.
But fanboys, on the other hand, they're a whole different beast. They'll tell you to your face, I don't like that particular console. Why? Because, well, I'm a Sony dude, or I'm an Xbox guy, or I'm a Nintendo dude. But
what does that even mean?
Exactly. But they said, dude, they say it a lot though. I've heard it all the time. I'm a Sony person. I'm my Xbox person. The fuck does that mean? I mean, so you gonna tell me like the dude told me the other day. Now this is funny. Now I did a video about this. I didn't show proof, but the guy told me the other day he didn't like the Xbox controller because it had too many buttons. Boy, when I heard the dude say that, I said, dude, they got the same kind of buttons. He said, well, the control too big. I said, too big? I said, hold up. Xbox controller? PS4 controller. Same exact amount of buttons. Yet, they got more buttons and it's too big. I mean, really? I was like, wow. And when he said that, I was just like, dude, this dude done lost his damn mind. And I was just like, and it's, to me, they just make up excuses to hate one or the other.
Yeah. I got a question though.
What's up?
All right. For everybody, do you guys really feel that Mark Cerny knew that he was gonna spark something about what he said, or he was just being technical and didn't think people would take it and run with it the way they did about the 8.2 teraflops?
Hell no, he knew what he was doing.
You sure?
Yes.
Mark Cerny's very weird, man.
He knew what he was doing.
You think so?
Man, somebody whispering that dude there said, we need a distraction, man. We ain't got no games coming out no time soon. I need you to get out there and hype that PS4 Pro up. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's like, easy, man.
I was on another podcast and we were saying, like, he doesn't look like he's a part of that cloth. And he might not. But at the same time, there's PR involved. Every time you have an interview, there's PR involved. So they're going to kind of guide you and steer you on what to say to get their point across, even though they're not in the camera. So when you look at it, he knew what he was saying. He knew what he was doing, man.
Yeah.
Because this whole teraflop discussion wouldn't even be getting discussed if it wasn't for Microsoft at E3, but Phil Spencer mentioned the 6 teraflops in the Scorpio. Right. After E3, everybody started talking about teraflops all of a sudden.
Yep.
Right.
It was important after that. But you know why he did that, though? He did that because he got tired of people talking about power. Like, you got to think about it like this. Whether you want to believe this or not, that if you look at the little bit of specs they keep releasing, that system is going to be so ridiculously powerful that, like he said himself, it's up to the developers at that point to push that thing to its limits because they're going to have unlimited power to deal with. That's never been done in a console where a console's going to have so much memory, so much power that they're giving you unlimited for you to do what you want to with it. It's never been done. So people saying they're going to be able to get 4K 60 frames, yeah, it will. If you look at the GPU and shit they using in that, yeah, it will. The amount of RAM and power they put in, yeah, it will. It's going to be very fucking powerful. And they're going to have to, it's going to be up to the developers to finally push that shit to its limit and stop making excuses why they can't do it. That's what it's designed for.
Price point. What you think? What you thinking?
They already said it ain't going to be no more than 400.
Whew. They gonna kill it with that, man.
Yes, they are. That alone gonna sell it. I'm like, you gonna have it at the price point. He says it's gonna be at the price point of the current consoles, close to them. So they say there ain't gonna be nothing out of the ordinary. See, Microsoft is the only company in the world that can release something, take a small loss on it, and make them. Look how much money a loss they took on their 360 for a long time. They took a loss on that for what, 2 or 3 years, and made it all back. in software. See, that's what's going to be their strength right there. When they release it, they're going to have to release the content to put on it, and that's what's going to change everything up. When that content they put on it drops with it, man, trust me, they already said they're going to have some Scorpion-only games. When that software drop with it, people ain't going to give a shit about their price. They're going to be like, oh, $400? Yeah. They got the games too? Bam. 2017, the last 4 months of 2017 belong to them, or last 3 months. Mm-hmm. And they're going to make so much money within them 90 days, it's going to be irrelevant that console. And I tell you, I mean, that's why I tell everybody right now, get the Pro now, because Sony got from, this Pro come out in 2 weeks. You got from 2 weeks from now, you got the Pro from now till next year to drop as much shit as they can, because after that, they're going to be so fucking irrelevant. It's going to be outrageous. And I want to see Digital Foundry do that same BS they did for the last 3 years on how everything plays better on the fucking Scorpio than it does on the Pro. I want them to do the same shit.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about was just watching reviews. I'm surely, like, ever since middle school, I've been watching reviews, because even in Game Informer, One Up magazine, I like reviews. I like people that like the same stuff I like, but reviews now are toxic.
Yeah,
very toxic. And going back to, but like I've been seeing reviews like, well, we're currently playing this game on the PS4, Xbox One version. It does dip a little bit. I mean, we already know that. You don't need to. And this is not just one review. This is over multiple reviews during the week. They always say the Xbox is underpowered, or the frames might dip, or the shading looks.
What just happened?
Like you don't need to keep reminding us of that.
Yeah,
we know. But you have to keep it that way to keep the media swayed, to keep us swayed. And like I said, man.
Alday, I have a question. Do you think that Sony is paying these media to uplift them and make them? Because I think HTC, I think they sued Samsung like a couple of years ago, because I think a paid person from Sony, no, not Sony, Samsung paid somebody to bash the HTC phone. This is like, I think this was when the M8 came out or something like that. They found out that, so they found out when HTC found out, they sued Samsung. So when that, I think somebody went on HTC website bashing the phone or something like that. It was something crazy. I remember,
like a review, like they were just putting
it was but it was on multiple sites or something. It was. I read about this 3 years ago. That's why this what's happening now, and in the media. I'm thinking, well, maybe this is happening again because Samsung got caught. So I'm like, well, what other companies that still do this that don't get caught? So I think that's just really bad, because I think you should have faith in your product. You should have high expectations for your own product for other customers to see that your product is like one of the best. You know what I mean? You shouldn't knock down other products and making yours. It's like somebody hating on somebody. Let's say they don't have a lot going on in their life, but they want to bash somebody else and say, well, this person is this, and this, and they're not doing this to make themselves look good. So that's what I'm seeing these companies are doing.
I do think Sony's has a hand in something, because I mean, every time I go to GameStop, and some stuff I like, I don't really like going there too much, but when I do go, you know how you browse around before you actually go do your purchase or do your transaction.
Yeah.
And I made it a point now to spend at least dedicate 10 minutes on ear hustling. Ear hustling, if you listeners don't know, that's just when you fly on the wall. You just like to listen. And I'm just looking at games I already purchased. I already got this game, but I'm still listening to what the clerk's telling these people. There's always misinformation.
Oh yeah.
And I even had people, like, say if you go, I've seen people do, I mean, the workers do it to the people, to the consumer, and they do it to me. If I buy a game for Xbox, they'll ask me why. If I buy why?
That is poor customer service. I'm sorry, that's just poor customer service.
You know what they really need to ask you is, if I want to put money on the Xbox, on a receipt and use it on digitally, right? They'll ask me why I'm not buying physical. Excuse me, sir, is there any reason you don't want to pick up the physical copy? And I'm like, I'm like, I just don't want it. I don't like clutter. I need space.
Oh, okay. You sure? I mean, you can give
But
warranty.
oh, that just
Ask
no.
her.
That
If
is
anything-
really unprofessional. Oh my God.
Yeah,
You never
I'm
ask
like,
nobody know why you
why
do
are you
this.
worried?
You are
They want you to buy that physical copy so you can trade the motherfucker in. They can make money off of
exactly.
it. That's why they do it.
But so I think Sony. I remember I heard the lady telling them that Sony's you can hook up any external memory. He said it's not like the Xbox. You can hook up any external expandable memory and it'll work. And then I was like, man, I want to correct her. No, I'm just gonna leave it alone, man. She's getting paid. I'm not getting paid to speak, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But she was just telling them, basically pro Sony. He's like, the dude was like, "Do you have any Battlefield 1s in stock?" And she was like, let me check." Goes on the computer. Yeah, I have about 15, but guess what? They're all pre-orders. But if you want an Xbox version, we got tons of those. Oh, man. This
Damn.
is crazy. I was
Wow.
like, all right, yeah, let me hurry up and get out of here. But yeah,
But you know why though, right? Sony
Yeah,
Sony owns
yeah.
a large portion of GameStop, so
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that. So for people out here who are listening, Sony owns a large. I think they own like 20 or 30% of GameStop. So this is why for a long time GameStop even had it to where they would not even sell consoles in their store that had digital copies of the games in the box. And who only did that? Microsoft. So that was another reason why the Xboxes wasn't selling so well, because one of the major gaming outlets wouldn't even sell their consoles. So that's why stores like Best Buy and Fry's and other places now, they always say they'll stick a sticker on the Xbox One console and say only at Best Buy or only at Fry's, because GameStop won't take those consoles in their store because they have digital copies of the game in the box. If you couldn't, because when people buy consoles, a lot of times they don't want the game that's in the box. So they just open the box right there in the store, take it out, you trade it right back in GameStop. GameStop flips $1 on it. So
Right.
Microsoft was like, screw that. We give you a game, we want you to actually keep the game. So they put digital codes in instead of the actual physical games. And GameStop wouldn't accept none of those consoles in their stores because of that. And I'm like, that's another way of preventing them from selling more consoles. And I'm like, that's shady. That's shady business. But this is something GameStop have always done. We got way off topic. Hold on one second. Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just gonna say, have any of you guys ordered off Amazon? I just seen a video last night. It kind of really bothered me. Do you guys pre-order games from Amazon at all? No.
Wait, you said bought games from Amazon?
I buy PC games from them. I don't pre-order. No, I don't pre-order nothing. Shit come out.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't pre-order nothing anymore.
Well, there's a big YouTuber that made a video. I don't know if you guys seen it. Have you guys seen the video? Basically, I'm saying no names, but the guy ordered Titanfall 2 for the Xbox One, $250 collector's edition, and he didn't get his game.
Wow.
It says temporarily out of stock. He pre-ordered it in August, and he checked the page. Tons of people didn't get their game, and he found out that pre-ordering on Amazon does not guarantee you a copy unless you were in line for that pre-order list and clicked a little button on the side that said, I'll accept delay. So I'm just throwing it out there. So if anybody was pre-ordering from Amazon, I don't know, why would you anyway?
Yeah, I'm
worried about
pre-order.
getting headphones and carrots. Don't get
I think people probably pre-order from Amazon because they might be Prime members.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only way I could see why people they want to, because a lot of people do pay for that service. So that makes sense if they're going to pre-order a game from them. So I can see why they do that.
Right. I just want to throw that out there. You go ahead and move on if you want.
All right. That's good. Hey, that's good information though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
So we talked about the distractions. We talked about what we're looking for 2017. The next thing we wanted to talk about was the studios of Sleeping Dogs shutting down. So that was a big series, whether people believe it or not. Sleeping Dogs was a great game, and if you never played it, you missed out on one of the best open world games ever created. So I want to discuss what your guys. And what's funny is I found this out after it was already canceled. the reason it got canceled. And this is sad news. Okay, that they were making a game online that was similar to it called Triad Wars. It was an online only game, kind of like an MMO type thing, but it was all open world in China. And then they made another game called, I think it was Smash and Grab, which was another online multiplayer game again. So after the game got canceled, then the whole studio shut down or whatever. Then somebody said, yeah, the studio went under because they didn't make a sequel to Sleeping Dogs. Making a sequel would have saved the company. So I'm like, that's crazy. So it's been 4 years since Sleeping Dogs came out. They didn't even try to bring out a sequel.
Man, I think I was waiting for a sequel because that was a really good game. I really enjoyed Sleeping Dogs. Like that was like the most fun I had with a game in a while with them. So I really enjoyed it. I just hate and see they had that the remastered one, right?
Yeah.
I think instead of putting energy for that, I mean I don't know what business decision, because like I said, you got the Suits, the developers called, those working corporate the Suits. So yeah. I don't know if they like told them like, hey, just make just remaster it so we can make more money from it. But I think they should put that energy to make another sequel, like better graphics, new sequel. I mean to the game or whatever. But
yeah,
I just think like it was. I think the studio was influenced by the bosses, and they gotta do what the bosses say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I purchased the game. I purchased the definitive edition. Didn't it come out last year for that?
Yeah.
Xbox One, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I purchased that. Like I said, I'm a spoiled gamer, so it didn't wow me, but you know what? As I kept playing, I do remember it kind of reminded me like when I played True Crimes. Like there were some things I liked about that game. That game was overall terrible, but there was little things about that game. I was like, man, if this game could do this, it'd be cool. But yeah, it was a great game. I think 4 years definitely needed a sequel.
Yeah,
definitely needed a sequel. And little expansion packs like the police protection pack, all those little, clothes and moves. Good. I think that was dope the way they put in new fighting styles into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they just focused way too much time on like she said, like Miss Fancy said, putting into the definitive edition. They should have just started developing the sequel. I mean, the best thing we can hope for now is another major company, maybe the Big Four, the Big Three, might pick up this IP and give us some justice.
Yeah.
I just hate people losing their jobs. I just hate that.
Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
Yeah.
What's up, Rain? What you got on that?
That was one of my favorite games when it came out. Like I bought it day one, back on the 360, and I was really looking forward to a sequel, kind of like I was looking for the last installment of Shenmue, but that was like far fetched. So, but it just sad, I just hope it wasn't a situation where they thought people wasn't going to purchase the game. I just hope that wasn't the reason, because it's a lot of GTA fans out there who won't buy the game for that reason. It's because they diehard GTA fans. So anything that's similar to that, we're not going to buy that because it's a GTA ripoff. They do the same thing with Saints Row. I'm not going to buy that game. Exactly, but they'll say I'm not going to get it because it's a GTA ripoff.
Right.
Come on.
That's so stupid.
Those people are they don't want to admit that they're addicted to sandboxes. Just admit that.
Yeah. But you got to think about it. That game, Sleeping Dogs, I'm glad you mentioned True Crimes in it because that was made by some of the developers that made True Crimes. So a lot of people don't know that. Because Sleeping Dogs was originally supposed to be called True Crimes of Hong Kong. And then Activision sold them off. And that's when Square Enix picked them up and gave them a better budget. Now, what I liked about them getting a better budget was how much time they had to work on that game, but the amount of detail they put in it. They did similar to what GTA does, where they go and get a map of the whole actual city and make it like it's lifelike of the real place. So every area of Hong Kong and China was actually in that game. I went down to every alley. But what I liked about what Sleeping Dogs did was they took it an extra step forward, and they even made it to where you were able to interact with the environment. You know what I'm saying? I can go slam a dude into a mailbox. Or a phone booth. I can go open a trunk or a door to a car and smash his head into it. I mean, it was cool stuff like that. You know, you have full environmental interaction. That was something that's never been done before in any game, for that matter. Most time you interact with an environment in a game, open world, you pretty much just walking into a wall or just bumping into it, but there's no physical reaction. These guys made it where you actually grab stuff, jump over it, you know, and move stuff. You know, and they had the
matter of fact, I think the only game that did that before that was what, Punisher on PS2.
Yeah, the original Punisher game. You can go into the building and interact. You know, you smash people out of windows and stuff.
Right, but look at that gap though. You
know
what I mean? Like they took something that wasn't really being done in games.
Well, yeah. If you go back to, I like what you said about the DLC too, because on the DLC on Sleeping Dogs, not only did they do the costumes and stuff like that, but they also had like 5 or 6 different DLC add-ons to the story. And each one of those DLCs was like an extra 10 to 15 minutes of actual gameplay. So they really like made that game even bigger. And I'm just like, but the fact that like they did the old school and where it goes to the film strip like an old Chinese film, and you go to that little martial arts island.
Cool, yeah.
You know, they thought outside the box. They even had your character dressed up like Bruce Lee in the yellow suit. I mean, yeah, you know, they took it the next extra step.
Didn't they do the Green Hornet thing?
Yeah, they did that too. Had the hat on and everything.
Yeah.
So it's cool, man. Sleeping Dogs, them creators were creative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they were thinking outside the box. They took an open world game and elevated it. But what I really liked about that game as a whole was how gruesome the story was. They didn't sugarcoat that story at all. Like I mean, this dude was an undercover cop fighting the triads, and he gets mixed up into it. He ended up being really good friends with one of the triad groups. And I like how they gave it that balance. You know, should I be a good cop, a bad cop? Do I break the law? Do I keep the law? But I remember when they murdered the dude's family at the wedding.
Yeah, that was, man.
I was like, damn. Yeah. And you had to fight all the people at the wedding, and then you had to go back and then get revenge for the mama. And the mama ended up like taking everybody, whoever had her son killed. She chopped them up in food and cooked them. I'm like, that shit is gruesome. I was like, damn. You know, she killed the first guy, chopped him up and put him in a stew. The second guy that was involved had him coming there. He eating his friend and didn't even realize it. And I was just like, damn.
And them Asian games, man. You know, a lot of that stuff is true. What they do to people, man.
Yeah. I was like, man, I love that shit, man. I was just like, that's it. You know what? That's the first game you can actually say you can play through and remember the story elements. Oh, because they were just so original, huh?
B Shadows, man. Just to let you know, when I was playing the definitive edition, I just, you know, I was at the wedding part. So.
Oh, so I just spoiled that for you. My
bad. It's all good.
My bad. Hey, I tell you like this. I didn't ruin nothing for you because I tell you like this. At the very end, you're gonna have so much respect for that game on the final scene, the final element of it. That last, what is it, about an hour? The last hour of it, you're gonna have so much respect for that game. You'll know what I'm talking about when you get there.
And that's why I'm gonna shed a little tear. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
they're gone now.
Dude, you gonna feel so justified for everything you do. But
that sucks.
Everybody who's watching, man, I see the comments flowing it like a mother lover below. Let us know one of your best moments in Sleeping Dogs. Post it in the comment below as well. Also, if you have a PC, I will be giving away digital codes for Sleeping Dogs in the next podcast. So the next week that we do a podcast, I will be giving away free digital codes for the definitive edition if you have a PC. So just let me know who all has one, and trust me, when you watch the show, I will be giving the codes out. I got 2 last topics, but we're gonna go to the Call of Duty one first. What are your guys' thoughts on the overhype of Call of Duty?
Trash.
It's Call of Duty, same thing.
It's that same shit, different toilet.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you gotta understand.
But you got the loyal fans, though. People still gonna buy it. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I
This
think
is
is,
Activision though, man.
huh?
Activision is a. I think there's there's Jesus, there's God, and then Activision has to be somewhere close under there. You know what I mean? Their marketing is crazy. It really is. They have you guys seen the new trailer for it with all the little
Yeah,
actors?
floating in
I mean,
space
Yeah,
and
man. They did make me want to
it's-
buy the game when I seen that trailer, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, I just might get this game.
Activision. I mean, and guess what? I'm gonna tell you something that you guys need to realize too, and people listening too. I don't know if these are rumors. Before I get to my point, there's rumors about them hiring like psychologists from that don't know anything about games just to get people's I forgot what you call it. The reward system. Like they hire people not involved in gaming to pull in that dollar. So think about it. They knew that people are getting hip. I've been hip for the first 3 games, but people are getting hip to them reskinning the game and putting it out with with the same stuff. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So what they did was they gave you we're gonna go to the pill drawer, get the nostalgia pill, put it inside here. So that way we know this game is mediocre, but we're gonna give them a remastered version of Call of Duty 4 so they can buy it. Half of my friends want it just for that, just for Call of Duty 4.
yeah.
So what they're gonna do after that is the next game, the next couple, might even be the next game, might be a couple games later. They'll do a remaster of Modern Warfare 2, and that's when I'll jump out a window. But I love it because Modern Warfare 2 to me is like the best Call of Duty ever, to me personally. But now they just set it up to where they can do an $80 install base by giving you remasters with every new copy when their development cycle comes around. And I think that it's genius. It's genius. I'm not gonna buy it. Modern Warfare 2 I might buy, but we'll see. Yeah, man, it's like I said, they're getting away with it. People, they're still selling millions. They're still top MPD. Still, so what else can you do?
Yeah, I might get it, not day one though. I probably get it on sale. Just to see.
Wait, when's Black Friday?
When's Black Friday?
After Thanksgiving.
After Thanksgiving, right? You think it'll be?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be on sale that fast.
Nah, I'm talking about cheap, dirt cheap.
Oh.
Talking about free cheap.
Yeah.
But I want you guys to notice something else they do every time there's a new Call of Duty. That's why I tell everybody, anytime they release a Call of Duty, you should never in your freaking life release your game around that time, because they do the same thing every new Call of Duty. Anything that comes out that releases around a couple of weeks or even a month, they will give it a low rating on every website, or they'll give it a good rating and then they'll pay other people to tell you how terrible it is. So you'll go against the reviews. So they'll make sure that they damage every sale dollar on every game that's surrounded around Call of Duty. But when Call of Duty comes out, oh, it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. It's going to be hype and crunk and this and that. And I'm just like, dude, really? It's even YouTubers that are big time Call of Duty people that get paid to hype up Call of Duty that have spoken out publicly. They saying it's crap. Like they're even the big YouTubers are saying it's crap. And I'm like, when you got the big YouTubers telling,
these are professional Call of Duty players saying this.
Yeah, they saying it's crap. Yeah, and I'm like, that's crazy. I mean, even who's the SS Sniper Wolf? She one of the biggest COD people all year long, Call of Duty. And she even said herself she don't like it. The game is it's not Call of Duty. She even said that. And I'm like, come on. It's Call of Duty. Call of Dookie. But I mean, it's just it's terrible, man. What we said we're gonna talk about last. Well, I want everybody's opinion. Who in the comment section is buying Call of Duty Infinite Warfare? I'm getting it because I'm getting it discounted on PC. I'm getting the collector's edition for $50. Why wouldn't I? So
I might get it for the campaign.
Yeah, I love the Call of Duty campaign. I'm not gonna knock that. That multiplayer has been trashed in the last 3, but the campaigns have always been great. I would never speak bad about a Call of Duty campaign because each one of them has always been highly impressive to me, and they just gotten better.
Yeah, great set pieces, man. Great set pieces.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 and 1 were great. Modern Warfare 3 campaign was awesome. Um, Advanced Warfare campaign was sick. Like, I played that so much. I was more visually impressed than more than anything, and plus just how great Kevin Spacey or whatever played a fucking villain. Like, he was hardcore with it. I mean, Advanced Warfare to me was great. I never did beat Black Ops 3 campaign. Never did. I beat 1 and 2. I never beat 3. 3, just for some reason, I just, midway into it with all the flipping and flopping back and forth, I just stopped playing it. And I remember Black Ops.
To come down.
Huh?
You wait for your Titan to drop.
Yeah, I mean, remember I said that. I mean, like, dude, the multiplayer was just like Titanfall. It was a straight duplication of it. And I was just like, but the campaign, I just never beat it. I just felt like the campaign was going back and forth too much. They were trying to be like Black Ops 1 and 2. But Black Ops 1 and 2 made more sense. They go back into the world wars and the future wars and the past where they was telling a story. But this game was just flipping and flopping. It made no sense what they were doing. So, I don't know if you guys even knew. You remember the game Fear Effect?
Yeah.
For PlayStation? So people have been like begging, like for the last few weeks, months or whatever, for Sony to bring out all these sequels. The reason that people have not getting these sequels is because, and I didn't want to say this in my last podcast, every major studio that was originally with PS1, PS2 is pretty much no longer. Like, a lot of y'all guys know about Adius, the people that made Tomb Raider and stuff like that, which are now part of Square Enix. They're the ones that made that game, but Adius published them. When Adius went under and they started splitting all the divisions up, majority of everything Sony had at that time was Square Enix. So Square Enix picked up only the ones they felt like would make them money. Every other franchise after that just disappeared. That's why you never got another Jet Li Rise of Honor. That's why you never got even like the original God of War. Their whole development team is gone. The real reason there's no more Uncharted after 4 is because everybody in that studio is gone. Even the original writer, she's gone. And this is stuff that Sony didn't want publicized. And this is the real reason why Sony isn't making the sequels, exclusives, the stuff they actually make. People keep saying stupid shit like Xbox took all the exclusives because everything's multi-plat now. No, the studios they had are gone. They don't exist. It's back. It's around the same time THQ and all them went under. All these studios are no longer. So you're not getting these exclusives anymore because 99% of the studios either shut down or got bought out, and then the people who bought them out had no interest in making sequels. And
is that kind of like is it similar to the THQ split up IP option?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, Adius just split them up into different companies, and they only pick up the one they felt had a value. Everything else got shut down. So that's all them developers, all them people just lost their jobs. Everybody, they're gone.
So you might like the Tenchu team.
Gone.
One might be at this job, or they might be retired, or
they probably promoted the main. They probably promoted the main person. The main person went somewhere else, and after that, it just went nowhere. And I'm even looking at it right now, and I'm glad you mentioned Tenchu. 2014 was the last time their studio was open. They have made a game since.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they're gone too. Yep.
Wow.
I think the only thing I can save people like that is just Kickstarters, man.
Yeah, they said right here, Activision sold the rights to the Japanese game publisher From Software in 2004. They sold them off. And what makes it so bad, From Software still got picked up. They got picked up by another Japanese developer, which helped them make Bloodborne and Dark Souls. So the developers split up. So some of them went, the people who made Armored Core and stuff like that, they went one way. People who make Bloodborne went another way, and so forth and so forth. So basically, that's all they did. They just split them all up. So the people who making Dark Souls and stuff like that are people that made Tenchu. Some of the people who make the old game like Chrome Hounds and Enchanted Arms like that for Xbox and stuff like that, they're all broke up. they also the same people who made Unagi. So that's why nobody ever got another Unagi for Xbox, because they're all broken up now. They're all split up in teams.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's crazy. So, but From Software is still making games, because they have what was the last game they brought out? I think Armored Core. No, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Monster Hunter, and Armored Core. That was like the last game they brought out.
It's crazy that you say that, how they split up and all this, but what really blows my mind to across the street on the neighbor's window is we're still getting Dynasty Warriors every 6 months.
Say that again.
I said what blows my mind, we're still getting Dynasty Warriors every 6 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like Dynasty Warriors sucks. Like, when it first came out, it was great, but then they just overdid it. You know, no more 100. I mean, it's 1,000 now. No more 1,000. It's 10,000 enemies. I'm like, damn, man. I mean, you can only kick so much ass, man, for the game getting boring. You know, like, really.
I mean, the cutscenes are, man, Cat in the Hat books sound better than that stuff. I don't want to hear excuse about language barrier, because there is none when it sounds like that. You guys been making this game for about many moons now, so it's no excuse. I mean, who's the developer? Koei? Is it Koei?
Oh, Koei, who makes Dynasty Warriors?
Koei, right? Yeah. I think it's Koei. But come on, dude. Like, is that the only ninjas? Like, I mean, I'm talking about like.
Yeah, Koei Tecmo.
Yeah, like Tecmo. When have they put out a good game? How are they still standing? They must have a big sister company that's feeding them money, or they washing cars on the weekend, or.
Last time they brought out was that old perverted Dead or Alive Volleyball 2 or whatever it was, or 3.
Say it again.
That Dynasty Warriors. I mean, not Dynasty Warriors. That Dead or Alive Volleyball 3.
When did that release, actually?
It only released in Japan. It didn't release over here.
Yeah, it didn't release here.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they knew that. They don't want to start no ruckus. Kids not doing their homework, trying to get home and play that game.
Yeah, trying to. Oh no! Did you see the virtual reality, the VR shit they added to it, where you can actually molest the women?
What?
Yeah, they got a big ass controversy over there right now. So you can play the DOA volleyball, put the PlayStation VRs on, and you can reach out and you can feel on the girl's booty, snack on the boobs and shit like that. And they'll stop and start saying, "Stop it, move." They'll start trying to hit you and stuff, and you can just sit there and constantly feel on them. Yeah, that's another reason why I didn't come out over here.
Oh, that's kind of
crazy.
Yeah, it's a video online of it showing people doing it, and I'm like, wow, huh? So you're gonna just teach me how to sexually harass women? That's amazing.
Why should be successful to try to do that for real?
Well, Japan, bunch of perverts anyway. Shit, anybody that dress up little 16 and 15-year-old girls in schoolgirl outfits and strip them naked in games got a problem anyway.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. What's that game, Rain, that they got on? They come out, Gun Gal. You shoot them all in the coochie and stuff, and they got little hearts flying out of it.
Gun Gal.
Yeah. Girl, 16-year-old little girl, this shit, man. What that's the R. Kelly edition? I mean, it's pretty.
they do weird stuff, man.
I mean, they purrs, man. Oh, you go to Steam right now and just type in anime games. Every game in there got little young underage girls getting naked. I'm like, wow.
So you just shoot at them and their clothes start coming off?
Yeah, they even got one that's like that where you actually get one of your characters' power move is stripping everybody's clothes off. And then they put little stars all over and they run out like this and go running out all butt naked. I'm like, wow. I done seen it all.
Wait, I'm just looking on the news right now, man. Y'all see Polygon posted grandma posted her 300 gaming video. Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to talk about real quick, man. Is Skyrim. I made a rant video about Skyrim. This kind of goes back to our other. What was it? A couple weeks ago, or
2 weeks ago.
Our last episode. Yeah. So The remastered edition. Ooh, yeah. Remastered. Bro. That first cutscene looks like dog shit. I
Well,
was like, oh yeah, go ahead. Speak on it, Rain. If you know anything about it, because I'm playing through it right now, and I'm trying to keep my peace, man.
what you got,
Man,
Rain?
I don't even know what to say about it, man. It's
$60.
yeah, that's just wrong. You know what I mean? It should have been at least $19.99 or free to play or
At least
something.
30. 30 at max.
Like
Don't
they
get me
keep giving
wrong.
us the same games over and over. You know,
Right?
it gonna come with some fries and a free apple pie next, right?
Right. Rain, I don't know if you've seen the Digital Foundry's comparison to it, but in one area, it would have like, in the remastered, it would have like 4 or 5 trees extra than the previous. The water looks a little bit better.
Wow.
And then even they were kind of like, oh, well, they're trying to make the video interesting. Like, oh, yeah, well, they did add a lot of texture fidelity to this bush here, and they added a few trees here, which you can clearly see in the previous game was not there. And I was like, you know what? With the with reviewers, they seem like they're really going anti-consumer right now. And like we said on the last show, remastered. This is not a remaster. This is a rehash.
Yeah.
It's not a remaster. When I hear remastered, I'm thinking from the ground up. If it's not a complete reboot, the remaster is at least 1080p, 60 frames a second. This game still runs the same, and it generally looks the same for $60, full retail price. Just because of the mod support. People been doing that on PC for like almost 6 years now. So.
Well, what I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison because I have both of them installed on my PC. I have the definitive Legendary Edition and the new one.
Right.
So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a side-by-side comparison from the beginning of the game all the way to the whole first 15 minutes, side-by-side. I mean, step by step. And I want people to look at that shit and see if there's a difference. And bear in mind, I'm running them on PC, both of them at ultra settings. And I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that side by side.
Do me a favor right now. Do me a solid and go see how much Skyrim is right now. Don't matter the platform.
Well, on PC it's free if you already got the Legendary Edition.
Oh no! I'm just saying, just a regular Skyrim game.
Alright, I'm gonna go to Amazon real quick and look it up.
I got it pulled up right here. I just want you to say it to the people.
$60. $78.84 for the collector's edition with the strategy guide. So what he wanted me to was to specify the overpricing of the same shit, different toilet. That's what he wanted me to do.
On Steam, I see for just say the basic game for $19.99.
Yeah, and then go to type in Skyrim Special Edition on Steam.
Okay. Special edition. That one. I see it for $39.99.
Yeah, so PC still got it cheaper.
But if you guys don't care, you want a used copy, it's the number 4 at McDonald's right now. $6.
I do have a question. Like, what's the difference from the special edition from the original? Like, on PC, like, is it like a huge difference?
No, all they did in the menu.
Can run that game great.
In the menu, they added the option to add mods now and download them straight from their site instead of doing all these custom mods. They just patch it into the game automatically.
Instead of doing all the footwork, huh?
Yeah, and then you have an add-on section now where you can go straight to Dragonborn and all them other ones instead of starting straight to the campaign. You have to play through it. They got the add-on section for it now on the PC.
Okay.
That's the only difference.
Yeah, I was say that the whole little remaster for a PC. I said, well, I don't.
That's why they gave it. That's why they gave it to us free. When you log into Steam, it's free. Did you already buy Skyrim on Steam?
Me? No.
Because if you did, all you do is go in there and hit the special edition. It's free. It's free for everybody who already bought it.
Oh, okay. So it's just that free upgrade.
Yeah, basically, you don't pay nothing for it. All right, we have went 10 minutes over, which I'm glad because we were actually late starting 30 minutes. So the show is only supposed to be an hour. We're going on an hour and 10 minutes. I'm going to let all my teammates here give them their closing statements. And then I got an announcement at the end. So whoever wants to go first. Actually, Rain, you've been the quietest mother lover, even though you weren't here last week. So we're going to go ahead and let you say your piece real quick and how you want to close out.
I just wanted to say I'm back to be with Gamers United again. I missed the first episode. My apologies to everybody on the panel. And look forward to future endeavors for this network. And everybody, game on.
All right, Miss Tech.
I just want to thank everybody who came to the show. We really do appreciate it, and I'm glad that I'm here. So thank you guys so much for enjoying the show.
All day.
So long, farewell. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It was great being on the panel with everybody. Once again, Miss K. Till next time. But B Shadows is recruiting, so you might want to put that in there real quick so people can go check out your video and get some more information on how to be down with us.
All right. That is true. We are hiring, recruiting more members as we try to grow this Gamers United series. Shouts out to Miss K. Could not be here today for family reasons, personal reasons. No matter what goes on with her, she's still Gamers United at the end of the day. Always will be, always has been. Since the very beginning of it in my last channel, she's been part of the Gamers United. So prayers goes out to her and her family, and hope everything gets better for them. We are recruiting for more members. I guess I gotta say 3 women, 2 more guys. We're trying to get a full 8 of us per show. Technically it's supposed to be up to 10, but I want to do at least 8 per show, and so we can get more voices. I do want to diverse this. Me and All Day have talked about this in parties on Xbox Live and stuff like that, and me and Rain have talked about it. We want to diverse the show more, so we want people of all race, cultures, whatever. We want you in here because at the end of the day we all have the same interests. That's video games. And we like to have voices from every ethnicity so we can actually really expand our show. The website, once we get the full staff that I want on the show, the website has already been purchased. I bought it a long time ago. I even patented the name already and copywritten it. So once we get everybody on here, I'm gonna sign a contract with 2 people. One of them being Soundboard. And there's another company that I'm signing a contract with the moment the staff is done. The papers have already been drawn, but I need to have the full staff so I can put everybody's name on it. And Gamers United gonna get paid. And so we finally gonna have a way we can actually not only get paid from doing this, but build it strong enough to where people can understand what gaming unity really means. You know what I'm saying? They can stop the biasness and the stupidity and stuff like that, and hopefully it would help strengthen our gamer community for the future and give us give our people, our gamers out there, more to look forward to, and hopefully be a wake-up call for the gaming companies to give us better product. So anyway, we're gonna get out of here, and if you're interested, again, I did make a video with all the requirements. You must have every gaming platform. I mean, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC. I mean, just have the game console. I can't have you a single console person, and because that makes you a biased person because you can't speak on what you don't know. And I tell people that all the time. If you don't have both platforms, you can't talk about both platforms. Stop talking about a platform you don't have. And I always tell people that. So you can't. We want unbiased and clear minds, and we want mature minds. You know what I'm saying? Notice that's that word, mature. Mature, man, because we all still big kids in heart, but we at the end of the day we still adults, and we need to act like that. So anyway, we're out of here. Have a blessed afternoon, and we 15 minutes over. I want to thank Joseph, How do you say his name? Suedo Exxon? Fushkis. How you say that?
Fuskis.
No, the guy with the P.
Persuedo.
Persuedo Exxon. Thank you, Joseph. Fushkis. Where did Trudell go? Trudell. Everybody that came through today, appreciate you guys coming through. Even Shocked Wolf with his trolling. Thank y'all for coming through, man. We appreciate it, and we hope to see you in another week or two on the next show. All right, peace.
Peace. Bye, everybody.
I guess it would help if I actually disabled the podcast, right? That might actually help. All right, good night, everybody.